We're doing the thing again. So that sure is fun and all. We'll just have that. It can be like right there. Pop that guy out. That can be like there. Something like that. Okay. My cat is begging for attention right when I start streaming. Probably because she heard me talking. She's like, what? Who the fuck are you talking to? And she's coming in here to see who I'm talking to. No, she's leaving because she's like, oh, he's doing that thing again. I can be like, okay. All right, super cool. Super cool. We'll ping. And then we're gonna start. So what are we doing? We're working on the same music as before. For the most part, we just have to work on one song. I think I don't know. I'm pretty much done with this one. For the most, there's 3 songs. Technically, there's 5 songs. We got 5 songs. 4 of them are pretty much good. Still gonna give them a once over. Still gonna tweak them a little bit, and then we're gonna move on to the one that drives me fucking insane. What's up, Delinquent? How you doing? We're dying. That's what we're doing. What's up, Lucas? Oh, Jesus. Right. I gotta change you. ASIO. This is some like, I don't know. This is some like witchcraft that Nonkalong showed me that you can like download the FL Studio ASIO driver, and then you could still run the FL ASIO through Ableton. And this allows you to still stream because it's not being output directly through your interface, but it also works at lower latency than normal, and it uses less CPU. I don't know. I don't understand it. Anyways. Like drop unsatisfying now. Congratulations on the new job. Oh yeah, man. Took some notes. It's for the most part pretty fine. Did I write anything that's urgent? The song's fine and totally could just be shipped off, honestly. But I'm still gonna tweak all this stuff. Hey, Delinquent's got a fan. Hell yeah. Go through stages where you don't open up Ableton months at a time. You should try to not do that. Try to open it every day, or I don't know, every other day, or just like make a habit of make it part of your schedule. You got to build discipline and not work entirely off of motivation, you know, because if you work only on motivation, then like it's kind of destined to fail, and then again you like go through months of not working on it, and then you like stagnate a little bit, or like you get kind of rusty, and then you have to put in effort again to like get back on the track that you were before. Whereas if you were always kind of still keeping in touch a little bit, then the inspiration comes more readily if you're still regularly interfacing with, you know, your DAW, right? If you wait for the inspiration to come, then like it might not happen. Whereas if you are setting yourself up and priming yourself to be inspired by familiarizing yourself, by having the habit and the discipline to immerse and surround yourself with music, then it'll come more often, you know? And then also you're better as a result because you're still practicing it every single day. So you gotta build the discipline for that. Knock the rust off pretty quick. Yeah, but how much? You can't really know unless you're doing it. You know, you don't really know, I guess, on like what you're missing out on. And I'm like not to say that like the rust is like huge, but like you might progress a lot. You know, it's like what's the graph where it's like the technological advancement of like human history, and then like we hit I was thinking about the Dark Ages graph. That doesn't apply. Basically, if you're like going up like this, right, and then you end up taking a break for a couple months, it'll stop and it'll go down like a tiny bit, right? And then a couple months later, it goes up again. If you were just going up the whole time, you'd be so much further up, you know? So just like you just gotta keep at it. I highly recommend working on discipline and doing it every single day. But you know, I'm there with you, and I understand. And I've also been through like moments where I hardly work on music at all for months on end. So just trying to give some motivational whatever. Though I don't even know if that was motivational, and more so me scolding you. So I probably shouldn't do that. But yeah. And hey, now you got fans in the chat. They're waiting for your music. You gotta get in there. Come on. Yeah. Ace, you just sent me a thing. So I can check this out right now. Did you also send it in the feedback whips? I don't know if this is the thing you sent yesterday, but I'll just peep this thing that you just sent me today. I think I heard a click. Sounds pretty damn clean. Sounds pretty damn good. Subjectively, totally subjective, you can ignore me, but I would do a tiny bit less of noise, or like put a high shelf and like do like 2 dB down, just a little bit less of noise, and then boost, maybe even on your master, just boost the like mids, low mids just a tiny bit. Sounds pretty clean. Yeah, Yeah, there's a click like right at like 1 minute and 13 seconds, something like that. Or like, I don't even know if that's a click. I don't know. It's some weird transient thing, and that bothers me. I'm getting a little bored of the sound palette. Maybe it just needs another element, like another melodic, like an ARP, like a melody playing the chords or something that's like panned around and moving in space. I think that you can introduce like halfway through the drop, or even like when this breakdown starts, like the breakdown starts, you're adding this like droney thing, you take away the drums. I think adding an ARP, some other timbre, some other instrument could add a lot. I want a little bit more going on. This is super cool. Okay, for the build up, I think I would remove the very last snare right before your drop. Just the very last one, or like filter it or something, or make it like a lot quieter. And then, so like there's the drop, and it's kind of like a fake out drop, right? Where it's like, there's not actually that much like shit going on. I don't know, like the energy isn't, you have this expectation of a bunch of energy, and then it like kind of pauses in energy for a little bit, and then it picks up. For that part where it picks up later, you know, like 16 bars into the drop, quote unquote, I would add another riser. So here, I'm gonna go back to the build. The creative thought, your sub is doing a lot of cool dynamic shit. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, but it's kind of constantly just in between like 45 and 55 hertz the whole time. Could be cool to have some sections where it goes pretty low to like 30, 35, maybe, and vice versa, sections where it goes higher. Give it a little bit more like, I don't know, height, dynamic. Just make sub do more, just a little bit more. I think, was that a click? I'm going back a little bit. Something about that, like, there's like a reverse kick or something at like 2 minutes and 40 seconds or something. And it's like, I don't know, it feels weird in the way, maybe there's like a sidechain. I think it's just a reverse kick or something, I don't know. It's fine, it's fine. Yeah, honestly, the only real feedback I have to give, I think it just needs like a counter melody or something, either like an ARP or some counter melody thing. And then yeah, I think more sub bass stuff. I have a THX sub that gets really lovely low bass, even 20 hertz. You definitely have to be careful with like the 20 hertz stuff. You have to be like super deliberate about it, because it'll probably sound bad on most systems. But I mean, Ace does a lot of cool shit with sub bass, so I'm sure you can get away with it. Yeah, super cool. Sounds super clean. This is really good. And you like just started the song too, I think. Like you're leveling up like fucking crazy, dude. That sounds awesome. Okay, a couple people said they were submitting tunes. Delinquent said he was gonna drop a song in, and he hasn't. Oh no, he has. He has. No, I'm blind. I'm blind. And then we got another one from from T-Fam. All right, let's check out T-Fam because he got there first. So your hi-hat is really, really quiet. I'm not super crazy about your kick sample. Everything feels kind of flat and like kind of over compressed. I think there's just like an absurd amount of OTT on the synths, which is like also a vibe in of itself. But I would work on mixing the drums so that the drums really punch through, because I feel like the drums are kind of at like the same volume and level as everything else. No, I think the drums are fine. I don't know, maybe just a little bit less distortion and OTT on all the synths, because I feel like there's like these chords and stuff that are playing at the same time as the as your melody, and they're both super squashed and have that like same kind of like sizzly, squashed, distorted OTT texture, and they like get like kind of noisy, and like I don't know, it's just lacking some. I know it's super squashed and I'm always harping about this, but I feel like it could do with a little bit more dynamics. Maybe filter movement, add some filter movement, like an auto filter to open up and close on some of the like main synths or whatever, and that way you can add like dynamics in terms of like the frequency domain and how it'll open up and close spectrally. Like the envelope for that synth, there's like no envelope. It's just playing at full volume and then just stops, hard stops. A little bit of decay would probably be nice, and a little bit of release. I want because it sounds like the melody and stuff that you're playing is like at full volume the whole time. Just adding a little bit of decay will make it feel just a little bit more natural. Even though I know this is like a super synthetic sounding song, I think it would just help a little bit, make the song breathe a little bit more, you know. Sounds super cool. As Ace said, choose your fighter. Big I don't know, I don't even know what vibe that is, but yeah, it's like super video gamey. I do really like it. It's the cue for feedback. Just chuck it, and there's two people. We got T-Fam and then Delinquent, and you can go ahead and toss the thing in. Yeah, go ahead. I like how the drums sound over here. There's some like crazy high-end stuff and this like pre-drop thing at like between 7 and 11K. It's like really bright, and like the transient is kind of gnarly on like the drum fill right there. It got louder over here versus the previous section, so just like make sure that, you know, everything's like kind of the same. I love this part. Alright, that guy there, the tak 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 kind of thing, is the transient's like super, super intense, and it's just a little too bright. Just turn that guy down. Just turn it down. Or EQ high shelf, lower the high end of it. And then that guy there, he also played right over here earlier. I would use like a transient shaper on it, or just lower the attack on it to make that one more staccato, just a little bit more clicky, because the first thing is like super, super staccato, super clicky, super sharp transient, and then the next thing is kind of like smeared and it doesn't punch through really. And so I would just volume shape it just mount. I love this bit here, the drums here and the melody, everything. It's so use the loop from Splice. What, the whole song? I mean, there's like a bunch of different melodies in it, right? Or probably the drums or something. Well, the drums sound fucking sick. I do like it. It's got a lot of vibes, a lot of stuff going on. I would just say the mix overall is a little too bright. Add a little bit of dynamics in terms of like the envelopes for your synths and stuff, I think would be good, and do it a big service without like really taking too much away. The color based part. Gotcha. I don't know. I mean, it sounds pretty good. I would. Yeah, the drums sound fine for the most part. Just like leveling balances and stuff like that. Make your perks more consistent and punch through the mix consistently. Make sure different sections have different volumes and stuff like that. But creatively, I don't really have much feedback. I think like creatively, it sounds great. I like your build-ups. I like how everything's structured. It switches up and like stays fresh. It's pretty fucking cool. Good stuff. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, let's check out Delinquent now. This one's called Bop 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 2. Number 2. Insane, dude. Only real feedback I have is your snare sounds weird. Like the transient is like way sharper and way louder than like the immediate everything afterwards. I don't know, it feels odd. It's like I feel like you layered a bunch of snares together and maybe they're not aligned quite right or something. Something feels off about the snare. And then I would also I would try pitch bending your sub a little bit more to complement the crazy ass bass sounds that are happening. See, I got bass sounds going do 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 do, and then I want the sub to also go you know, at the same time, but it's just like pulsing at like F or whatever that is doing. So just like make sub do a little bit more cool shit. Probably it could be stab or something. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe just a tiny bit more of an indicator that a drop is about to happen, because it was cool. It took me by surprise and was very cool, and I liked how you did that, but maybe just a tiny bit more of like a reverse, put like a reverse symbol or something, maybe. Okay, that's the song. I want to go back to the initial drop, because there's something that I felt like sounded too spectral, if that makes sense. That guy, the winging thing, I feel like I just nailed the sound with my voice, is like, I don't know, it doesn't sound like the rest of the sounds. It feels like it's like too separated, too different from the processing, because it's super fucking wide and you have like spectral time on it, or whatever spectral processing shit that you have on it. So like that sound, and I think it reappeared a couple times. It just feels like a little bit too different from the different from all the other sounds. Bridge or that section, if you're talking about the reverse symbol thing, it's like right before your second drop, like after the bridge. But I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go back. Oh, that guy, the ning thing, it pulses twice, it's super wide, it's super spectral sounding. Like there's phase smearing and stuff. Oh, probably from like a fuck ton of disperser, I assume. I don't know. It sounds kind of like, I don't know. For me, I get like really particular about like spectral sounding shit. So like when you use like spectral time and like blur in or blur sounds a lot, then you like smear the phase and you get that super dispersory sound. I don't know if it's high pitch. I mean, it's... Yeah, it's just that guy right before the staccato, super fast shit. I would just make that like maybe just a little bit more mono, and you'd be fine, or just like similar processing. It's just the processing. It feels very alien relative to the other sounds, such that it like sticks out in a slightly weird way. But again, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Maybe just make it a little bit more mono. But yeah, fucking awesome, really cool. You know that it's good. You know that it's good. So don't. Yeah, I would say biggest creative thoughts are just pitch bending on sub. That's about it. Make the sub a little bit cooler to complement the cool ass sounds. And that's basically it. And then yeah, some mixing stuff. Mostly just the snare's kind of weird. And that's it. All right. Let's check out Phoenix's tune. I think we haven't heard from him before. Won't be released just like everything else. Well, maybe you can change it up. Be the change that you want to see in yourself. All right, we got synapses. Oh, I like this title. That is a good title. Maybe I should like show the song or the SoundCloud while I'm doing this. I don't know. I suck at streaming, dude. You know, that's a good name. I would maybe my shit just turned up too loud and need to turn it down still, but I feel like the high end is, I would put like a Fletcher Munson EQ curve on a lot of these sounds. Just something that just lowers shit around 2 to 5K, just matches the Fletcher Munson like equal loudness contour curve. Just because like these are all of the sounds here are all timbrally and like in terms of frequency all extremely painful. Yeah, feel free to drop a song. We're doing feedback right now, so that's what we're doing. during this build up, I would start doing something with your drums, because the drums are just kind of doing the same thing the whole time. So applying some sort of filtering to it, maybe just have a low pass filter and a high pass filter moving at the same time just to squash it a little bit. And at the same time, you could start clipping it a fuck ton like before all of it. And so it starts like getting like super blown out, but then also shrinking at the same time, then recedes into the distance, and you add a little bit of reverb, shit like that, just to complement all the other rising stuff, because right now it's just the same like unending, like very predictable drum pattern during this build up. It sounds pretty phasey. Do I have a easy way to measure if it's out of phase or not? That's a thing I could probably enable that in mini-meters, right? Here, let's figure out some mini-meters bullshit. Let's move this. But it sounds like it's wide to a bad degree at a lot of points. I think that shit's out of phase. How do work? Where? I'm opening the wrong thing. Mini meters over here. Jesus Christ. Here, close. All this close. We want to look at stereo meter. Yeah, the one time I'll use this. That's not very helpful. It doesn't really give me any information. It's just a splash of noise the entire time. I mean, it just says that it's super fucking wide. I know you could look at like the waveform at the same time. If we get rid of the stereo meter, the fuck is the waveform? I would just make sure, for sanity's sake, put a utility on your master and make it mono, and just like see what disappears or what doesn't. Should be command that counts OTT, disperser, or clipping mentions. I don't talk about or complain about disperser too much. I do complain about color base. No, I'm over that phase, but clipping, yeah, clipping and OTT for sure. Okay, let's go with it. These guys here are too loud, I think. They're like... Like, honestly, just like, if you put Soothe on a lot of stuff, and put a Fletcher-Munson EQ on like your group processing, and then, you know, like compress everything decently, they'll probably resolve most of the stuff. If you have Soothe, that'll help the most. You just like soothe the fuck out of the like high end, because like the ultra highs are pretty crazy, along with like the typical 2 to 5K stuff on most of your synth sounds. That guy's crazy. You can see here 1.7, 2.6K. Shit is super gnarly. So just like watch your resonances, soothe it if you have Soothe, or just use an EQ and suffer. Or I think Pro Q4 now has it, or you use spectral compressor. There's a bunch of different ways. Yeah. I harp on this a lot, but it probably would. It's a pretty clipped song. It's kind of the point, so I don't want to harp on it too much. But I think you could probably make it less loud, and it would probably help, or at least like in the mixing process, you like tone down your limiter, or like your clip, just clip it less, because I'm sure you're clipping everything, and then mix it and address all the high frequency stuff, so that like your main goal is you should be able to play this really fucking loudly without it hurting your ears. Right? And so every element that hurts your ears when you're playing it at like that maximum level of loudness, then you just like address that and turn that individual thing down. Like the way that I think about mixing often, especially like really loud shit, is like, let's say I'm in my car and I'll find like what is the loudest volume level on my knob that I can go that's comfortable, and I go there and I'll try to listen to the whole song at that level. And if at some point some element, anything, is just a little bit too loud and hurts, then I need to address that, because that's the like safe threshold. That's just like the threshold or whatever, you know. But yeah, mostly you could address most of the shit with like soothe and stuff. And I think the snare is too clipped. I would clip the snare and the drums less. I would clip all the drums less personally, but I hate clipping. So like the snare sounds like a square wave, instead of it having like a strong fundamental. It's like straight up a square wave while also being layered with noise. You just go deaf, you never have to worry about it hurting, trust me. True. I mean, I don't creatively, I don't have too much to say. You're doing cool stuff with the sub. I have complaints about the sound design, but that's mostly like a mixing thing. Like, I think if you really nail the mix, then I'll be much happier with all the sound design stuff. So I don't know. I don't have too much creative stuff to say. You got to start wearing earplugs when you make music. You just gotta make sure it's not too fucking loud, right? Like, unless you want to like turn up the bass a lot. But if you're wearing earplugs, then you're just going to turn up the music louder, and then your ears are still going to be like, your eardrums are still going to be vibrating at like the same levels before, because you're going to compensate for the earplugs, and then you're also not going to be able to hear well enough. Though I have heard of some pretty great producers that I look up to wear earplugs when they're producing. So I'm like, okay, word, I don't know. Also, it seems like you sent me like a 192 kilobytes per second like MP3. It's fine. I mean, it shouldn't make any difference really for the feedback I'm giving you, but that probably played some role in like how I'm perceiving the mix. Yeah, makes snare maybe kind of snappy. I thought the snare kind of works. It's just, it felt like it was way too blown out because everything's clipped. So I'll just like clip it a lot less. Stab is, yeah, I would, you can't go wrong with Stab. ST4B is a very good plugin for drums in particular. Okay, yeah, that was that song. It was pretty cool. Thanks for submitting it. All right, we got another one from Positive People. Let's check this. A track I did for a sample clip of Martha Reeves' Rest of My Life.
All material is copyright.
I wanna be with you for the rest of my life.
I mean, maybe you're gonna do something really cool in a second, but I'm expecting the sub bass at 77 hertz. I'm expecting that to be, that's the call, and I'm expecting response to be a lot lower, and there's no response, and it's making me sad. Also, I think the snare could be cool. Here's an idea: if you layer it with Foley, like a Foley splash or something that's really quiet, just some like high-end splash kind of thing, really quiet, and make it a little bit different on every snare, so then the snare sounds just a little bit different every single time. give the drum some like cool dynamics and shit. That could be cool.
with you for the rest of my life. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you.
I think the mids could be turned down a little bit. The low mids on this bass line thing, I feel like it's drowning out some of the cool ass vocals and drums and stuff. And like there's a lot of cool like melody, chords, some shimmery stuff going on in the stereo end, and it's took me a second to even notice that it was happening, and it's like pretty buried in the mix. So I think that stuff can be turned up. So I would turn up I would turn up some of the more ear candy stuff that you have playing at the same time, tweak and turn down that bass line, maybe distort the bass line a little bit less, because that'll naturally already make the overtones like a little less crazy. Slight like EQ dip around like 130 hertz with like a kind of a high Q or something, so that it like flattens everything out in the low mids. Maybe a different kick sample. Maybe. I'm kind of particular. It still works, so like don't worry about it, but or like tweak it so the kick is a little bit different every time. Like if you like fade the transient slightly differently on different kicks, so like the downbeat kick is the same, and then maybe the kicks in the middle you have like slight fades to it. You can like tweak how the kicks are like punching through, you know, changing the volume, make the kick pattern itself kind of dynamic and expressive. I think that would work really well with this kind of song. Like right here in particular, this is when I don't like the kicks the most, when I'm just hearing the kicks without the rest of the context of the drums and they're just playing. They're very like too punchy and like too electronic sounding. It's kind of hard for me to describe, but anyways, you could I think if you just auto filter or just put a low pass filter over the kicks during this breakdown thing, that would be perfect. So just like in this section, filter the kicks just a little. Maybe more percussion here. Doesn't have to be super crazy, because in the drop the percussion like picks up a lot, right? But in this section you could just have like quarter note cymbals or like rides or something, you know. So like maybe eight beats or 8 bars or whatever is like, you know, the drums as they are, and then you add a little bit of a ride or whatever on the next 8 bars, and then when the drop comes, then all the other percussion and shit comes back in. Just add more layers for every phrase in terms of percussion. Yeah, vocals are a tad bit dry, I think. Here, let me go back just a little bit.
With you for the rest of my life. I wanna be.
Yeah, agreed for sure. Some reverb would probably just make it sound a lot better.
With you for the rest of my life. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you.
2 minutes, the stereo meter goes crazy. I don't really look at stereo meters ever, TBH, but like right here, we have the top waveform is your mids and the bottom waveform is your sides. So if your sides ever get really big and your mids get like quiet, then that means that you have like too much side information. Is probably going to be something out of phase. Right? But like really all you have to do is just like put a mono on your master and then mono it and then see if anything like disappears out of the mix, and if something does, then go to that individual element in the mix, and then maybe that means that there's going to be like conflicting stuff on the left and right channels that are out of phase, right? So what you like different ways you can approach it are just monoing that entire group and then boosting it in volume and then widening it in a way that is mono compatible afterwards. So you collapse it down, adjust the levels for the information that it loses, and then widen it again. Or you could take only the left channel and then make that the mono channel, or only the right channel and then do that same thing. So like Wider by Infected Mushroom is a really good widening plugin that I tend to do whenever I run into issues like this. I would just like mono those elements. However, again, you'd have to like listen to it in mono and just like determine if certain stuff disappears. Another cool way you can figure out if shit like disappears or whatever is if you're using Ableton, like let's say I have this big old group over here. Right, so we have that guy, and what I want to do is like I want to figure out exactly how much information gets lost when it goes, because if it becomes mono. And so I can just look here when you hit tab and you go to whatever this mode is called, not arrangement, the other one. Right, it's at minus 12, and if I hit mono, we only lose 1 decibel of information. So like relatively, that's not that much. Now, if you were to be tweaking with a thing and lose like 5 or 6 decibels, that's half of the signal. And so that's like another way to indicate how much information am I losing, you know? So it's just something to keep in mind. Another thing you can do is you can straight up put on your master, before your mastering chain, you can just mono everything. So if I were to be working on this song and it sounds like this, and we're at about minus 8 LUFS, and then I mono it, it's like still the same. Wait, no, I need to mono it afterwards. I'm sorry. I need to mono after my limiter, right? Because hypothetically, if it was playing on a mono system, everything after the limiter is like what you're normally going to hear. So if we mono it after now, so I could say, okay, I'm not really losing anything, right? That's just like one approach. Okay, yeah, let's go back to the song. Kind of forgot what happened, so I'm gonna go back like just a little bit. Yeah, this section is like the vocals are really dry. I think just like delays, use delay sends or something, and then just like have certain words echo out. Like maybe just when she says you automate the delay send to go up, and so then you just gets delayed out every like, I don't know, you could fuck around with like different delay settings and have it like come out at like dotted 1/8 notes or something, or dotted 1/4 notes, and then it'll start, the delay send can start creating like polymeter with the rest of the song in a cool way. And like that can punctuate certain words and make it feel more emotive, you know? But this section is like super minimal, and then the vocals are also super dry, so I think it could benefit a lot from that. Also, the bass thing that is playing intermittently has like no attack. I don't know, I feel like it should have like a little bit more of an attack, particularly in this section when you don't have a kick drum playing at the same time as it, because then the bass drum just like spawns into existence instantaneously at full volume. That feels weird. So just like a little bit of attack would make it sound better, I think. Or you could take a low pass filter and open that up on the thing, and so it goes wah, 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 instead of just immediate wah, wah, wah. Okay, I can't do it with my voice, but you get what I'm saying, I think. That's cool. Yeah, I want to hear some reverb and stuff when there's these like big pauses in silence. I want to hear that shit drill out a little bit. So yeah, effects are big.
move me like you do. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you.
There's like a low end click like right there. Let me go back like 4 seconds. Yeah, there's a click there. Don't know what it is, but it's at like 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the song. Cool, really cool stuff. I like it a lot. I think a kick drum could be something different. Maybe you could change up the kick pattern a little bit. The mid bass could have less mids. It's just a little bit loud. Maybe just turn it down. Maybe you don't even have to do any crazy EQ stuff. You can just turn that down probably. A lot of the ear candy stuff on the sides can be turned up and made more present. Vocals need reverb and delay. You could also put reverb and delay and stuff on the ear candy effects and stuff like that. Trying to think of like what else. I think just those things alone would go a very, very long way, and then you can reassess what things that the song needs. But yeah, no, it's super vibey, super cool, and yeah, no worries. I do like giving feedback. Giving feedback is super important. I think for everyone, like both giving and receiving feedback is massively useful for the receiver, obviously, because they're getting like another perspective to point out shit that they might not consider. And then for the giver, also, you're training your own ear to hear things. So, like, I'm sure all of you in the chat watching me give feedback on a thing, maybe I'll point out a thing that you didn't consider, and then, now you're like, oh yeah, that is also something that is like present, or something that is missing in the mix, and that also will train your ear. It's like sharing of information, sharing of perspectives of how to mix music and how to approach it. And it makes you better at mixing and makes you better at music. It's like actively critiquing other people's music is like a massive component of that. So basically, y'all should give feedback. I highly recommend. Yeah, cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Okay, I think we did it. I think we just gave feedback for like 40 minutes straight or something. 45 minutes. That was fun. Super cool. We have a fuck ton of people watching right now. I'm not used to this. Okay, we are gonna go back to mixing my own dog shit song. So we'll see how this goes. I took notes. This has been something I've been doing lately. Is I'll listen through the song, take notes of exactly what issues I hear with it, and then go through and tackle exactly those specific things, and then reset and then do it again. So so far it's been working out, I think. So I said at 1:43 gets too bright. So let's feels off. Song feels not right. On this song because this song has been holding me hostage for like 3 weeks. Well, actually, this song less so than the other ones, though. There's so much shit going on. It sounds so like washed, but it's all right. Something I do need to keep in mind is that like every mix will have its own correct like tonal balance. Every like amazing mix will not sound alike. They all have their own unique identity, and so like. I was just listening to your guys' music, and then now I'm listening to this. I'm like, damn, the mixes sound completely different from each other, just in terms of like what they're trying to accomplish and do, And it's just something I have to like remind myself of. suppose. This guy here, this web over here is not loud enough, I think. To show the left and right on mini meters, I rarely ever use it, but it's just waveform, and then you can choose what you want the channels to do. So right now it's mid and side. You can also do left and right. I don't know why the color isn't showing. I think I never use this, and I was like setting up my own. What's with the color? Yeah, I made my own theme by like fucking with the I settings or something, and then somehow I fucked up the color in most of these, but most of the colors are pretty terrible. Oh. 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 God. This one's okay. Right? About that's how you get the color. Yeah. Okay, there's a particular. Where are you? This guy. That guy in conjunction with like all the other sounds sounds really cool. If I get it right. No, I don't think so. Nothing crazy. Just mixing, doing the exact same thing that I've been doing on the stream for the past 3 weeks. I don't hear on... Okay, this is the thing. On headphones, I don't notice these two in the slightest. Here, let's go back. 345, I said it was too bright. I think that sounds fine in headphones. Sounds totally fine. Oh, no, that... Oh, no. What the fuck? Hold up, OBS, I'm knocking microphones down. Everything's happening all at the same time. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh my god, everything's knocking over. Why does the light look like this? This is not what my room looks like. See, now this looks like... My lights are green now, and it looks like that. Okay, whatever. We're moving it away. You saw nothing. Okay, we're going back here. That's fine. I don't know what I was hearing. I said complex mode, bright stuff. I was hearing what sounded like synths in complex mode, and I hate the sound of complex mode, and it was bothering me, but now I don't hear it in my headphones. What if we consolidate this? Is a really high resonance? Was it that the one where I was like, I don't hear it anymore? Because it might be. I mean, there's like resonances playing like non-stop, and I've been trying to tackle them. So that's probably what it is. Wait. What thing did I delete? I'm forgetting everything so quickly. Your heavy... You can hear some heavy bit crushing on the lead melody. That could be... I assume when you say I can hear, you mean I can imagine? So I hope there's not bit crushing without me intending there to be bit crushing. Though there's a lot of like weird distortion stuff going on. On the lead melody, that could be sick on a turnaround. Yeah, that could work for the saw wave guy. Shit again. No, I'm definitely hearing it again. no, I'm too committed, I think, to what the song already is compositionally to like change much else. Maybe going up or down in scales on your lead. Yeah, no, it's the song. We're in too deep. Like these are all good ideas, but I've listened to this song as it is like 1,000 times, and I can't change it. I'm just fixing what it is, and I'm gonna release it. I think the biggest change I did that was I added a couple drum fills, and like maybe tweaked like risers and fallers and stuff like that. I think that's like the most I can do right now. Okay, we're switching the song. This was the easy song. This is the song that sounds already good. We're going to the bad song now, so that'll be fun. That'll be very fun. Maybe going up or down. Scales on my lead after the drop bass effect. I see what you're saying. But yeah, no. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't, because the thing is, if I make any large creative decision on changing any section, I'm then gonna have to revisit that section for like months on end. You know? Yeah, I'm scared too. I am also scared. Yeah. I'm gonna get some water and stretch my legs for a second while this song loads, so you can all stare at a waiting screen. Oh boy, the best part of the stream. We're back, and Ableton crashed, so that's great. All of the best things are happening right now. Oh, we lost like half the people. Who could have seen this coming? I need to explore more different presets on this thing, because really I've been like sucked into just using the same like. Wait, is my? No, that's in the right spot. I've just been repeatedly using like the exact same presets over and over and over again. Oh, I should switch that up probably. Probably. Go to keys. Like, what does this one sound like? And that sounds like shit. Ooh. Weird, very like brittle texture. This is the kind of shit that make you go. Yeah, yeah. Can you recommend any good multi-saturator plugin? Roar. It's not a plugin. I don't know. I don't really use that many plugins. Can't say. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This song fucking sucks. Hate this guy. We got a few issues. Definitely got a few issues. Something I took note of when I last listened to this in the car is the sine wave melody in the beginning is too quiet. However, it's a sine wave, so I can't really turn it up like all that much because then it'll blow out speakers. Like that's the issue with fucking like when you want timbres that are practically just only sine waves, because sine waves sound bad when you play them on like loud, large rigs. You know, like I remember like every time I saw Charles I perform, like a lot of his music sounded honestly terrible on like those massive like Function 1 sound systems and stuff, because they're like super dynamic and it's just like consists of these plucky individual little sine waves, and when they're being, you know, blasted out at like fucking however, like I don't know, it just shit just does not sound right. It just doesn't sound good. You need like large harmonically complex timbres and stuff like that for it to really come out right. But sine waves also sound awesome, so like what do you do? I don't know. Like is that too loud? Like before it was like this. Change that. This guy shouldn't come in yet. Is it you? Yeah, you're gonna come in later. then this section over here, we need some more interesting timbre shit to be happening with this melody. So this guy here. What if we clip the fuck out of you? Oh, you're not supposed to have the chords also. Whatever. Let's just wing it. And let's chuck this guy on this. Unless it was intended, but great vibe. Wait, what was intended? Sometimes I'd be saying things in the stream and then people are like responding to the things I say and I just already forgot it. I don't know. And let's hit it with an EQ and then cut out all the low end. Grain delay? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's the shit right there. Okay, it's too much. Don't. Oh, it's not. Why are you not lined up? Okay, that shit is, Why did it not record out on beat? That is a question. Okay, and then now we mono that shit. Or mostly mono it. Yeah, and then we add a little bit of redux. What if we bit crush you? Mostly noise. And then we stab it. Okay, we'll make the LFO shit less stupid. Oh, like it sounds almost really good, but it also sounds painful. Like I like how it's cutting out. I like how it's removing. Oh wait. So I like how it's getting rid of the whatever you call the not transient thing, but then what it's doing to the transient is pretty terrible. But now I'm curious. What if we? It's like, to my knowledge, I want to keep it pretty much the same, but I just want to remove. I don't want to boost the transient at all. I just want to get rid of the fucking body, you know? So like if you have this guy and we're doing nothing with it, and then this guy over here, we're getting rid of the transient entirely, so it's just the body. And then since it's just the body, then we phase invert it. This did not do the thing I wanted it to do in the slightest. Yeah, I guess we can just use normal compressors. Alright. It's like, what the fuck is your deal, man? Oh, here, let's take the stab. Let's put this over here. Very real, not bullshitting or being sarcastic. That makes me think you're being even more sarcastic. I don't want there to be the fucking clicks, man. Actually, you probably can't even hear it in the mix. Oh, that's so fucking loud. Don't do that, bud. And this guy's too quiet. There's so many issues with this mix that, like, I don't even know where to start. I've been throwing myself at this for, like, fucking weeks. If I can't even pinpoint the issues that are with the mix, but I hate it, does that mean that it's actually fine and I'm just going crazy from over listening to it? No, it probably means that it's just bad all around. It probably just means that it's just everything. I hope it's just me overthinking it. I really do. But, like, every part of my being is like, this sounds fucking terrible, you know? Can't upload anything you're working because of over listening. Yeah, no, dude, it suck. It suck. Okay, is it just me, or did, like, this feels like an extreme excessive amount of boosting, but I think I just made this section work much better. I feel it's excessively loud right now. I mean not loud, wide. Oh shit, that sounds awful in headphones. Oh, I'm just going crazy. How the fuck? Yeah, but just, I swear when I last listened to this, it was absurdly quiet. I'm going crazy. I guess the lead is spread out, but we have like this shit. And like the bubbles and stuff. We have like these guys. Yes, that is spread out, which is not mono. Unless you're suggesting I make it more mono at this point. Or no, you want it more spread. I don't know. Yeah, but I want it to be because it's the central element, right? And everything else dances around it. I have one main thing that I want everyone to pay attention to. It's going to be centered. Which is it's also very wide. Honestly, I don't know if I like how wide it is. We have one wider there. Do I have any more? Or is that the only one? Where's the... I feel like it's already very spread. And also it's complementing everything else. It's like very wide in the mix. So I'm probably going to leave that alone. Maybe we just bloom everything over and over again. But you'd also try left, right. Bloom is also pretty good as a widener. If you just want to like, what I do is like, I just do a multi-band, just like pan one left, like, you know, lower the left, increase the right a little bit. He just wants, I don't know, he wants the main synth, the main chunky guy in the middle more wide, which like he is pretty centered in mono, but like if he's also wide, then everything in the mix is going to be wide, and I don't want that. You sound too clipped. You sound like that. I guess it's group processing at the end of everything. Here, we'll have these bubbles pan around more. How about that? You would spread the busiest part and the less busy more centered. Oh, that's like the total inverse of how like I mix everything. Well, and maybe I don't think about it in terms of busy and not busy, but the main central element that, you know, was carrying the melody and I want everyone to hear the most loud and clearest is going to be in the center. You know, it's given the center stage. It's given the presence. Everything else takes the background. That's the ear candy, the stuff that bubbles around. That's usually how I go about it. God, it's so blown out, dude. What can I do to make it better? Maybe we'll do like a pan there or something. This part's blown out. Why is this guy so fucking loud? I mean, who knows? There's like fucking 30 effects going on in this rack as I'm slowly lower the mids. Okay. I'm taking your word for it. I did. look what I did. That was the last thing I just did. Fucking kill me, dude. Let's just get rid of that. Like this guy, the big distorted dude. What happens if can we just freeze this? It's gonna take forever. I'm fine with it. Huh? No. Oh, in the melody? Oh, that EQ thing was just on all of it. All of this shit is in a group. Everything's in groups that is then in a bigger group that is then in a bigger group, and every layer of that has an absurd amount of compression and shit at so many different points that I don't even know. And then at the very, very top, I just boosted literally all the 1 to 200 hertz. That was like the most recent thing I did. So like I don't trust that. I think you're right. I definitely like was blowing it out. I think I'm just like frustrated and just trying ballsy stuff. Yeah, I mean, even when I did it, I was like, I don't know if this is the move. But oh wait, I could do it because I have a stab and then I boosted the mids. But like I could also just boost the mids with stab itself. You know. Anyway, here's an idea. What if we put this guy here? Oh, you want some lower mids. Oh, I was interpreting that the opposite. I thought you were saying the low mids. You want the mids lower, as in less. Because I just boosted them. Okay, so I was on the right. Oh man, I'm going crazy. Dude, my brain, when you're mixing, you're so susceptible to like everything. Because like I did that earlier, and I was like, it sounds way better. And then you said that, and you're like, oh, you're right. I think it's no, like more of it. No, wait. Anyways, just the way I'm perceiving the song is changing so much. Everything is sitting at like 500 plus. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying with this guy. the melody is very repetitive and needs more automation. Maybe. Now, to be fair and balanced towards my track, we've just been looping over the same section over and over again, and it evolves quite a lot in the whole thing. I'm just trying to mix this one thing now. Because, like, when I do this, I definitely get really fucking tired of it really quickly, but then I think when you actually listen in the context of the thing, it's a relatively short section, but maybe. Too much, yeah. No, it matters because I can't perceive my own goddamn art properly anymore. I don't know what I'm listening to anymore. I'm like 3 weeks into mixing this song, dude. I don't know what the fuck is happening. So every opinion is very valid. In particular, this one section of the song and the previous section are killing me. I'm dying. So anything that gives me a glimmer of hope getting out of this. Anyways, what's this guy doing? I was kind of hoping we could like you know what? Let's use a glue compressor because you're a big fan. Match it with glue. What do you do? Threshold all the way down, makeup all the way up, big ratio, no attack, fast release. Right, that's fun. And then we can go here. Why not? Why not? You know, we gotta learn new skills somehow. Do some of that, some of that, some Mr. Leaky. Is it just me, or is this like kind of fired? I mean, it's got to be quiet and like mixed in the background and shit, you know. But get the big ouchie in the ears. No, I need the big ouchie. I'm trying to feel something, you know. Why does this pan so much? I don't like the way that it's panning. And then let's wider it. Use Brian, yes. Is it just me? Or is this like actually the shit? What's his face was onto something. They said add more automation to the main melody. Alright, take care, Victor Nova. That's a rock star name. Do I do the... No, I'm not gonna do delays. That just might be the sauce this song needed. Wait, what if we make it super wet? let's just do a 50-50 frequency shifter. Yeah. Can't even hear it because there's so much shit going on. We'll go. Just wait. Make it a polymeter. Then let's make it polymeter. It's doing the thing, right? And then we just do some manual automation mixing on this thing. As a layer, right? I mean, I'm not really listening to the song anymore, I'm just listening to this tiny little texture layer in the background, but a little fill there with an auto pan 100% square super choppy. What, this guy? Makes the function sound like it's breaking. I have a song that makes speakers sound like they're breaking, and every time I play it, it confuses the sound people. It makes them think that the speakers are breaking, which is pretty funny. So it's this guy. This one's a hoot. I like that song. Like, that's kind of the whole song's gimmick, but it is good. No, over the whole track's volume? Yeah, like the song example? Like, you want me to do that to this one? Just fuck with the whole ass song? Just the whole shebang? Similar to what you're thinking? But I assume you want it to be more controlled with a square wave? Oh shit. Wait, yo. Wait. That's kind of nuts, actually. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's actually kind of crazy. When it took like no effort at all. Keep just the one time, honestly. Good shit. That sounds awesome. Is there a way to invert? Oh, I want to smoothly invert. How would I do that? And it would be over such a short section. So like I would want it to invert over here, and then also have a utility, and we would go to mono like right there, right afterwards though. Think offset? Oh, offset would change the start point. Yeah, that would do the same thing. Yeah. True. And I would just have to offset it. Yeah, it's 180 degrees. That's the same thing as inverting it. Duh. Because it's not a complex wave. I guess the only certain situation where it wouldn't actually invert it is if it was like a sawtooth wave or something like even harmonics. Oh, that's cool. Like, yeah, no, that's neat. Stuff. Okay, let's go back and actually judge the song. that one single change just gave me like enough dopamine to enjoy the song for what it is. And it does sound pretty good. That is some tomfoolery on the ears. Yeah, it is for sure. Oh, that's cool. It like makes my brain like do a thing. It's like kind of like when you eat like when you eat something that's like way too sour, you know, your whole face crunches up. That's what this does. So anyways, I printed this thing out because I'm like, okay, let's see, maybe we can make it better by layering it with a thing. Kind of, I guess, maybe similar to, what if we just chuck this here? Nothing. Oh, it's because it's filtered. Are blown out again or not. I don't know. I tried to correct it a little. I don't know. I think it's overall sounding better. There are some issues that I just don't want to address, like these sounds are. There's some like awful clicky fucking doodads. Maybe it's just that guy. Maybe it's just that guy. Maybe we can just go through and do that. Maybe that's all we needed to do. This guy over here, Distorto, to sound fat without sounding like doo-doo, you know? Like, it's got so many artifacts in it from how many times I've resampled it and distorted it. Like, well, what effects can I put on it that don't sound like I'm just overcooking this one sound while also making it sound cleaner, quote-unquote? It doesn't make any sense. Come on, what if we... spectral smoothing, maybe? Because precisely each quite excellent device becomes so frightening or wonderful. So how could anybody know it? So we thanking Mr. Balk in such a crazy time for demonstrating the incredible wisdom required to defeat modernity, and survive as a genius in such days. Sleeky, you should write poetry if you don't already. You're a poet. And you weren't even previously aware of it. Something like that. See, that sounds kind of cool. That makes it sound kind of wet and alien versus... That's kind of doo-doo, you know? It's like, what... then that's also like it doesn't.
I don't know. I'm listening to it. I'm listening to it too much. Too much. Oh god. Okay, at this point I should probably move on to a different song. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I'm getting hungry. I think this is gonna be a shorter stream than the previous few. Probably. But okay, I think we made progress on the. Well, we most definitely did. We added the tomfoolery on the ears as delinquent so succinctly put it. Succinctly and delinquent. They're like There's some tongue twister. There's something there. For sure. What I should do is I should practice piano. That is something I definitely need to do. Okay, what else we got? Oh, that's a nice. Hopefully he's made from creatures and whatnot. The bass sounding thing that I made. Yeah. I fucking love that synth. Okay. New song. Cyrus, yeah, had way more viewers to the stream than like ever before, and I think literally just because of the title. There's like 25 people at one point.
Why are these bothering me now? They were never bothering me before. We have like these additive inharmonic transients and stuff, you know? They're bothering the shit out of me now. Joshua Caro, I fucking love your tabla practice videos. I've been learning the triplet one, the teaser jati one, the da tegera digena daget. No, oh, I'm on the spot now. I can't recite it. Anyways, I love your shit. I've been learning a lot from it. Thank you, appreciate it.
why when I'm on the spot I can't remember any of the compositions. The da tidikita da gena da ti da no da tidikita da gena dinna gena daga tidikita dinna gena da tidikita da gena daga dinna gena. That one where the ending phrase of the first bar is tidikita fuck. Anyways, whatever. That one I've been practicing a lot, and then also the most recent Teaser Jati one. I don't know. The structured practice and then seeing someone go through the entire process of you have to play it slowly and incrementally increase the BPM and play along with the Lyra and all of that is just inspiring as hell. And like as a reminder of how one should practice, because I think just being told the composition, I don't know, when you're practicing, when you're a student, you want to go fast and you want to neglect the ways that you should actually be practicing. So anyways, yeah, you're crushing it. I love it. So I think the song is done, like pretty much. I did change up. I did tweak this the drum thing here is kind of weird, and I ended up removing all the drum fills that I added last time. So maybe I still need to change that. But for the most part, with the exception of like adding a drum fill here and there and like tweaking the riser, I think we're done with. Yeah, this drum fill sucks. I need to change it out with something different. See, I've been getting... I recently discovered that I had addictive drums for like a year, and I just never actually enabled like the full kits. So, tape stop moment? I don't think we're gonna do... I'm probably not gonna do a tape stop in this. I think I'm too committed to the overall structure. What would you tape stop? Like I could like during a drop or during like a breakdown little in between bridge section, you know? Yeah, that guy fucking sucks, dude. Can we just change this? This one? And then instead of this little back and forth thing, we'll just have it move in one direction. Oh, this fill. Actually, maybe. Let's just do the exact same thing I did with that other song. We'll just have. And then we'll just go bam.
No, actually, you know what? You know what? Expression controller. I mean, there's expression control, which I use this sometimes, not often though. Mostly when I want. Oh god. Wait. Is this the MIDI thing or the MPE thing? No, that's MPE control. Expression control. So something that I've messed around with that I think is totally gonna go off track with whatever the fuck you're talking about. But expression control, because you can pitch map. If I remember correctly, you can pitch map to MIDI with it, right? Come on, don't crash. Yeah. So you can set this. You can set the source to key tracking, and then if we just take like, I don't know, some oscillator or whatever, we can get something. And then I modified the max for live LFO, right? And made it so that LFO, PQ LFO with audio rate LFO, or is it, fuck, I don't remember which one it is. I think it's this one. But essentially, you can, using expression control, you can key track, yeah, it's this one. You can key track and map this to what is essentially, this just converts whatever step number between 0 and 127 and maps it directly to frequency, whatever frequency that corresponds to, which is the LFO, right? So right now, this is playing F0, which, why are you broken? Run key track. Why are you broken? Hey, what's your deal, man? Oh, it's not. Wait, no, it's not doing it right. Run remote, MIDI rate, key track. What's your deal? This normally works so well. Why is it 100? This should be at 44 hertz right now. And then you can map this and control, like, you know, whatever you want, and you can get audio rate LFO modulation, right? But why is this saying? I'm gonna do a different PQ. Let's bring in PQ audio rate LFO, whatever this thing is. It should already be set up. But the premise is then, yeah, this guy should be better. So I already have this thing set up such that we didn't take this expression control and map this to, oh lord, this is taking way longer than I anticipated. Map this guy to that guy, right? And then you play your MIDI note, whatever MIDI note it is. We'll turn off the shifter. And then we have this numerator and denominator thing, right? Yeah, so now it's working. We're playing G, which corresponds to about 49 hertz, right? And then you can multiply that by 2. And so numerator and denominator, so multiply by 2. Then now it's, you know, an octave above that. And then you can, for instance, use a roar and then automate the bias to like move back and forth. So if we make this like move really slowly, right? We're wave shaping it and moving it left and right on the bias at audio rate, which ends up creating harmonics. And so you can like get interesting shit. And so if we make it go at 1/3, then suddenly we have like undertones, right? Which is, I don't know, it can be possibly cool. Interesting justly intonated intervals by like messing with the denominator and the numerator or whatever, so you can get like 7/3. Right? And then using a different wave shape, for instance, if we use a square wave, if you look at the roar, it's pretty obvious what's happening. We're just moving the bias back and forth, which is going to like click it back and forth, but you click it fast enough, you create a square wave. that, you can also use like a filter, and so you can map this to the filter movement. Because like it's really difficult to get audio rate LFO modulation of filters. Actually, Serum 2 makes it really easily. But before Serum 2, I didn't know of a way to do it. And it is kind of buggy when you do it this way. And then like you map to like a shifter. And you know, you're frequency shifting, so it's going to sound inharmonic, but... Found it cool with like a resonator. Use a resonator on a square wave. Oh, that's sick. It takes a while to get like usable sounds, but just the premise is pretty interesting, I think. Breaks if you go past like, I think if the LFO tries to go like more than like 400 and something hertz, then it starts like Nyquisting and reflecting back down. So it is limited in that regard. But I think if you do it in Serum, I mean Serum's all self-contained, so you should be able to just like go as crazy as you want. I think what I like to do is get that cool chain, then use expression legacy on the drum channel, map that to a cool chain, then your drums are triggering the crazy chain that I made. See, I never really use like MIDI drums, which I absolutely should, because now I'm missing out on, I don't know, a lot of like, yeah, sound design possibilities and triggering. Though I suppose I could also just use like envelope followers and stuff and then map that through drums. So that always can work. There's always a way to make it work in some way. But yeah, expression control I really don't use all that much. I know you can do some cool shit with like velocity. It's got pressure, so like, and you can do cool shit with like MPE. So I played around a lot with like MPE control if you're doing like microtonal stuff. So like one of the, when I imagine, you probably put expression control after MPE control, and then you can map this to like pressure or something. But basically, whatever the pressure is of your note, you can then bend this and change where the pressure is. So pressure would normally be like on the x-axis, you can multiply it by this curve, and so you can move this around in weird ways. Same thing with note pitch bends. So if you like have like a microtonal tuning or something, then yeah, you can do all sorts of weird tweaky stuff, and just get like you could take like an equal temperament and like let's say like 20 notes per octave or something, which you could then skew everything so that all the notes above C3 get further pitch bent away and all the notes below C3 get further pitch bent down, and then you could start getting these like fucked up skewed, no longer equal temperament tunings that sound terrifying, and they're all very cool. But other than that, I haven't really used them all that much. Wait, let's go back to this echo thing, because this is actually sounding kind of cool. And then let's increase smoothing time. Oh. That's just kind of fucked up if it just like goes a little bit. All right, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate it. Love your stuff. Hell yeah. That sounds terrible. What if we just wobble it? Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I think the premise is cool, but thinking the song was done. It's not from that. Like, am I hallucinating? It's like a combination of elements. What? It's right there. Right fucking here. It's not you. It's not you. It's this hat? Is the hat like fucking tricking me somehow in combination with other elements? It's no, there's absolutely a click there. Okay, okay. Oh. Oh, we found it. Oh, that was painful. Was there another one?
there's another one. Fucking, yeah, these guys are left alone. Still kind of quiet. Oh, he does get quiet because I turn on the audio pan generator, the dynamics generator. Like, that's fine, but I don't know, it's bothering me now. Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. I don't know. The stupid ass Ableton bug that they'll never fix. You can really make it sound sad. You can get some cool ass intonations. That's... I don't know if I can keep that there, but I do like it at the moment. Okay, the blown out drums does not work. Okay. Yeah, there's tiny tweaks still to be made, specifically those like drum fill sections, but other than that, the song is done. I'm pretty happy with this one. It's funny. When I started like 3 weeks ago, I was like, all right, I'm gonna buckle up. I'm gonna finish this music. This was the most unfinished song of the bunch, and then the one that was the most finished is the worst sounding of all of them. So mixing be like that sometimes. All right, folks. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. Getting hungry. I'm gonna eat some food. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna rest, get some sleep at a reasonable hour, probably after I play Oblivion, because I've been on an Oblivion hype lately. Or I'll play Elden Ring, because my workout regimen is I play Elden Ring, and every time I die, I have to like do 10 push-ups. And like if you get stun locked on like a hard boss, like you're gonna get fucking swole. And it works. It works. It's good. It's a good motivator for sure. So I'll do something like that. And then tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. I'll stream again tomorrow. We'll probably do the exact same thing again. But this was fun. We had like a whole like hour of today's stream dedicated to like giving feedback, which that was pretty cool. So yeah, maybe maybe we'll keep that ball rolling. Maybe people will keep wanting to give feedback. Got a bunch of new people in the Discord. It's a hoot. Okay, all right, I'm done rambling. All right, this was fun. Take care, y'all. I hope you have a good rest of your Thursday. All right, take care.